people tend to think that business and hobbies are not that different. It's just that, well, if you have a hobby, sometimes you can make money from it. But I want to just kind of peel it apart for a second. What I learned is that the difference between a hobby and a business is that if there's a business, it involves some kind of money. And that means somebody's giving you money, which means somebody needs or wants what you're making. So a business is about solving problems. It's about making something someone needs or wants. You could do that with a better cup of coffee. You could do that with making candles that have quotes on them. You could do that with being a floral designer. You could do that with teaching yoga. You could do that with a vegan cooking class. You can do that with a lot of things, solve someone's pain point. But I do want to keep that in this discussion, that really at the heart of successful business is radical empathy. And what I got as a songwriter is that when I would call Paramount or Lionsgate or NBC or Ogilvy and Mather ad agencies, everybody would have the same reaction, which is, Kath, this is really refreshing, this conversation. And I would say, why? What part? And they would say, well, you keep asking what we're working on, what story we're telling, what kinds of songs we need. They're like, most artists, 99.9% of the artists never ask us, what's the project about? They just say, here's a song. Can you use it? Can you use it? So it's a little bit backwards. And I realized through the beginning of time, my friend Jeff Goins wrote a book called Real Artists Don't Starve. Artists don't starve. When you think through history, Michelangelo, right? Mozart, these people were some of the richest people in society. We've glorified the idea of a starving artist because of operas like La Boheme, which is what Rent is based on. But really, that's not the case. But why have artists, even today, so many of the richest people in the world, like Beyonce and Paul Simon and Alan Menken, they're artists, right? Why are artists paid to do what they love? Because it's not about me, 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 me. It's we together, right? It's like, it's not look at me, it's come with me. Okay. So what is that about? It's about when I was calling an ad agency, I did care. What story are you telling? And they'd say, well, we're doing a thing for Coke for Christmas. And it's all about magic and possibility. And I'd be like, oh, I'll be right back. And I would go to the studio and I'd write a song about finding that little crack and opening your heart, just the eye of a needle, so that you could be open to possibility. And they would go crazy. They'd go, that's exactly what we wanted. How on earth could I have made the thing before I knew what they wanted, right? So we're going to talk about that as we go through the week and how you can do that as a practice consistently, because that's one thing that's really important in a business.